Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to reference your essay or your report using the inbuilt Microsoft reference tool. This one here, it's found under references. So to do this, we work together with EBSCOhost or any other source of referencing that you want to do. So if you go to a paragraph you have written, so here is a paragraph I've written. Remember, in this essay, this is already an essay that has been referenced. It has in-text citations, but I've deleted for the sake of this exercise. So I have deleted the in-text that were in the introduction. So an in-text citation should be added where there is information that has not come from me. That is information that has been researched. In our case, this is about marijuana, the background, and this is the thesis statement. So we can only add an in-text at the background section. So we can choose any section, for instance here, and then we go to EBSCOhost. You just have to open a browser and load EBSCOhost. I had already opened earlier, and then you search you search for the right journal article that relates with the paragraph that you want to cite. So I had already searched about marijuana, and so the articles here may not fully relate with what is here, but for the sake of your training, we just choose one. So support marijuana. And so if we assume that this is where I want my citation to be, that is where I place the cursor. Then after placing the cursor, I move my cursor to references section, and then I'm supposed to click insert citation. But note, there's this place where you see Harvard A. It's just Harvard APA. If you wanted the style to be APA, you just have to select APA. In my case here, I want to use Harvard HPS, so that's why I had selected that earlier, and we have Harvard HPS. So remember, our cursor is still here where we want our citation to be. So we just click insert citation. Now, what you are seeing here, these are citations that I had already added, but in this case, we are going to add a new source. And then there is this window that pops up when you click the insert citation. Your work here is just to fill the details in the pop-up. Notice in the pop-up, the type of source selected is journal article, but you could be, for instance, adding a website document. You could also be adding a book. So if you click this drop-down arrow, it gives you choices. If it was a book, you just click a book. It will give you choices that are relevant to a book, where you fill all the title, blah, blah, blah. But in our case, we want a journal article. So that we have details that are, again, to fill details that are relevant to the journal article that we have chosen. So if, in our case, we chose, don't have to choose what is at the top. You can choose, even at the bottom. Let us, marijuana, federal power, and the states. We'll choose that one. So the first thing is the author. This is marijuana, federal power, and the states by Alder Jonathan H. Case. So this is the other. These are the other. This is the other. It's Alder. Sorry. It's Adra Jonathan H. Control copy. Alder V. So you let it remain as it is. And then the title is marijuana, federal power, and the states, and we paste. There. Now I need to mention this at this stage. This title should not be in caps, but in our case, if it is in caps here, you can choose to rewrite this. You can just choose to come and write marijuana, federal power, and states. So yeah, marijuana, federal power and states. So you can just write it that way, because I don't know why sometimes here they in caps, but they make your references not to be uniform. So that is why I've changed. And then we need the journal name. Journal name is Case Western Reserve Review. So you note that the name of the journal is listed immediately after the author, or if it is not just listed this way, it can be in italicized. So you can see, for instance, you just have to move a bit and find one that is italicized. Yes. Yeah, to see one. Oh, these ones are not italicized. There you are. You see, for this one is italicized, Journal of Adolescent Health. So, and it comes next after the others. This is the list of others. We go back to ours. The one we are dealing with is this one. So, Case Western Reserve Law Review. That is the journal name. We Control V. Then we have the year. Just have to look. The year is 2015. The pages are 505 to 539. Copy, you can just type 539. The volume is 65 issue 3. Simple. And you click OK. Now when you click OK, you will see the magic of how an in-text is created. Up. And there we are. That's our in-text. ADRA 2015. Beautiful. So that is how you add an in-text. So simple. Now, but there are many things you can do. What if this in-text needs a page number? Okay, the reason why an in-text would need a page number is mostly when you have mentioned or you have put a quote. That is information that has been copied directly from a journal, directly from a book. It needs to be cited with a page so that you can show the reader that you didn't know where you got your information from. So if, for instance, here we wanted to add a page number, all we have to do is we click the in-text citation, and then there is this arrow that drops down and gives us the first option of edit citation. And then the pages option comes in. So here we are supposed to add the page number. But remember, the page number must coincide with the pages that the article has. That is from 505 to 539. That means you can actually choose 530 to be the page. And that is perfect. You see, the way they are stand, ADRA 2015, P530. But how about when you want to add the same in-text, this one, ADRA, at another place? Do you have to repeat the process? No. You just have to go to the place where you want to add the in-text, place the cursor there, click insert citation, and then search ADRA. You'll find ADRA there. Click. The in-text just pastes itself. It's magic, and it's really good. Something else. What if this is ADRA 2015? What if in the process of you making this in-text you made a mistake? You made a mistake. What do? It's simple. You click on the in-text, again to this arrow, you click it, and there is an edit source. Now, if for instance your mistake was that you listed one author and there are many authors. For instance, let's say the authors for that and the ones are these ones. No? Let us look at a place where there are many authors. Yeah. What if this is the author? These were the author. But you had made a mistake. It's simple. Come and highlight and copy your authors. Yeah. Click copy. Just delete our good friend there and paste correctly. Now, before I go on, I need to insist on this. You notice the way the authors are written here. There is Pacura Rosari L, full stop, and then there's a semicolon. The semicolon in this case is used to separate authors. I had insisted, or I had said, that EBSCOhost was made to be used together with Microsoft inbuilt reference tool. This is how they relate. The way there is information, the authors are listed here. Once you list them as they are in the authors option, Microsoft Word will understand and therefore be able to arrange the authors the way they are supposed to be. So if, for instance, your information had not come from EBSCOhost, it would be upon you to add semicolons between the authors' names. That's it. So if we click OK, this window pops. We are supposed to say yes. That is to allow the changes. So you see, it has changed. We no longer have ADRA. Now we have peculiar. And it is not just in this in-text. If you were keen on the video, you see even the older one has changed. And actually, this can help us learn something new, because now we have peculiar et al. Et al, I had stated earlier, it's a representation of many authors. It is actually a Latin word for plural, I think. So instead of saying peculiar, Powell, Hatton, the system has recognized there are many others, and so we just call them peculiar et al. Another thing, when we are adding in-text citations, it would be boring to just have them at the end of a sentence. So there are other methods of adding in-text citations, where, for instance, we can say peculiar so and so said, okay? So in such a case, or we can say according to peculiar, something like that. So I had reserved a space for that. So let's say you wanted to say according to blah blah blah, over 50% of human beings either. So where we have this space is where I'm supposed to add my in-text. So let's say according to, this time I don't even have to use peculiar, since I've already taught you how to. I can just choose any of the others or the in-text I had chosen earlier. So you can say, for instance, according to Beryl et al. I do not want to use et al for now. Control Z. You say according to Jonathan and Almond. So you see the way it comes here. You cannot read this sentence correctly, because under English, anything that is inside the bracket is actually not considered to be part of the sentence. You can just say according to over 50%. So in order to prevent that, click on the citation, see this drop down arrow, click it and choose convert citation to static text. Now it will be just a text. So you can simply come and say according to, treat that opening bracket and then create a bracket there just beside the, and it will read according to Jonathan and Almond 2014 blah 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 blah. Now something else I need to state here. We want this to be a real sentence that is sound. We cannot have symbols in a what? In a real sentence. So we can replace the symbol for and with simply the word and. So you say according to Jonathan and Almond, over 50% of human beings. Or we can even use the word 2040. On the other hand, if you want the sentence to look sweeter and to look the English, cut the year and put it at the end of that sentence and put it here. So it will be according to Jonathan and Almond. Just read it here, and the sentence will still sound good. So that is something. But what if instead of having Jonathan and Almond, we had chosen peculiar or any other author? So to look at, you need to look at a place where we can easily put them. Yeah. So George Washington in a we can just use the same to avoid making mistake. Jonathan and Almond. So until these are not the ones we want, and we want something else like peculiar. So you say according to peculiar et al. 2015, over 50% of human beings is not supposed to be here. Of human beings, either secretly use a drug or have ever tried it. Now, in such a case, if this is the case we are handling, et al. Is here. So if we come and follow the same steps and convert citation to static text, according to peculiar et al. 2015, over 50% of human beings, like that. Et al. Now again the word et al. Et al. Is a Latin word meaning plural. So in this case, just delete et al. And say according to peculiar and fellow scholars, or anything else for that matter. According to peculiar and fellow scholars, over 50% of human beings say that. And it sounds good. The aim is to make sure that by having your in-text citation, you are not destroying your sentences. The in-text citations are part of the sentence. The sentences should still sound as they are supposed to. Just a recap, every paragraph should have at least one citation. You can even have two. Now, the final stage is on bibliography. We have added in-text citations. Do we have to create a bibliography? Yes, we do. But in this case, we create it automatically. So I'll do this so that I can show you how we create it automatically. So this is the page that we want the references to come. And if that is the page where we want the reference to come, you just have to come to select this position where there is a bibliography, click it, and then it will give you this. You are supposed to choose references, and then you choose references. See that? Beautiful. The references are there. Actually, you need to notice the ones that we have added. We've added peculiar, which was et al. This case, that is peculiar, RL, Powell, Hitton, Savini. So well listed. Look at the journal, the title, the journal name, volume, number. This is Harvard GPS. What if we just wanted this to be converted into a PA? Come here and make this a PA. And be careful. Just watch. Click a PA. Boom! A PA. Everything has changed to a PA just at a click of a button. That is a PA. It's so sweet. Even if it was MLA, you just have to come here and select MLA 7th edition. Bam! It's there. Only that if it were MLA, the options in the case of in-text citations would have been a little different. We would have added that it is a print, it is a film, it is online, like that. That is why here you cannot see the word print. But that's how easy it is to make these changes. It's so simple. I recommend using Microsoft inbuilt reference tool whenever you are referencing anything, because there are a bunch of benefits. You cannot make mistakes. If you look at our references clearly, they are arranged in alphabetical order. You cannot make mistakes. You can change from one reference style to another. It can be Harvard HPS, it can be APA, it can be any other Harvard, it can be AMA, it can be any style you want. And you cannot make a mistake with this. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video, and also for wanting to learn from me. Thank you so much.